Peace, 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 everyone. Peace. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Beginning of a new week, you guys. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning, right? I wanted to come to you guys because, I completed my 7-day fast yesterday. And I stopped it around about 12 o'clock yesterday because that's kind of like when I started it. And hung out with my family, did a little cornhole. If y'all haven't already seen the little quick Instagram footage I had with my son, and ice cream and stuff. We had a good time. And put this back together. We had a good time. So let's talk about fasting, right? When we think about fasting, we think about just stopping something. And then people always look like, what are you fasting for? And I find a part of that has a lot to do with the ego in everybody when they hear the word fast. Let me explain something to you. And I mean this wholeheartedly. It's okay to take a goddamn break. Like, why do y'all feel like a lot of the time when you say fast, people look at you like you're crazy? It's almost like give some shit a break. Why is that crazy? You know what I'm saying? I think most of the time people need to adapt to the process of giving things a break. It's okay. Sometimes that break can make or break you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times as human beings, we have so many thoughts in our head. We're always thinking, we're always processing. It is okay to take a break on all aspects. And when you say fast, detox, or cleanse, you are not always detoxing from some disease or something crazy. Sometimes you're just detoxing from the world and any elements that you have around you. You feel what I'm saying? So I need for people who don't understand that to understand that it's not always due to something bad. Sometimes it helps to enrich you as a person. You know what I'm saying? It adds the extra nutrients and the minerals to your inner you to make you a better you. So a lot of people will not understand that. And I think that not only evolves around, it's not even that it's just about cleansing and taking a break from food. This is relationships. This is working on yourself, because I noticed in this fasting journey, as wild as it may seem, I got a wild message, and I don't normally dream a lot, but in my dream state a couple of days ago, it was wild, and it woke me up. I was in tears. I was upset about it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just very, 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 like it hit me in my chest, like it hurt. But then I sat down with it again. You fast on it, you take a break, and you try to analyze things, right? So I'm like trying to push out the energy that I was feeling and trying to figure out, like, okay, what is it that my mind was trying to process and tell me in this dream state? And I'm gonna tell you, the dream was wild. I'm gonna tell you what the dream was about. So I'm having a good time with my family. Big ass picnic party. Big party, like huge, like it about 300 people. It's a big party. I don't know. This ain't even a norm. Like you saying, it's a dream state to teach you lessons. And that's me and my kids there or whatever, and all of a sudden I lose track of him. It's like, where's my kid? And that's not, baby, if I can't see you, it's a problem. You already know that. If you're not in my vision, then we have a problem. I tell him that all the time. So I'm looking around for my kid, and I'm just like, where is my kid? You know what I'm saying? And I'm panicking right now. Like, I am going into like damn near a heart attack, convulsions. Like, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Where is my kid? And I'm looking around, and all of a sudden there's a pool there. And all I see is my kid floating in it. And I'm sitting there about to drop and lose every bit of who I was in. And I remember walking towards it, and I know, like, shit, I can't swim. He never wanted to save my kid. I can't get him out, but there's 300 people here. Why didn't nobody see this child jump in the water and he's in there? Like, what are we doing here? And in the midst of me trying to still jump in that water, not knowing how to swim to resuscitate my child, which I already knew wasn't alive, I woke up out of the dream. Traumatic, right? I'm trying not to tear up just thinking about it. So it's like, what the hell type of dream was that? And I was talking to my homegirl, and it's funny because we both came to the same conclusion. It really was like death of the inner child. I'm like, death of the inner child. Like, damn, why did it have to be so like, ah? But death of the inner child is very much like that. And um, for me, the death of the inner child for me is right now, unfortunately, I'm not having conversations with the person who raised me. It's like, what the hell? Like, it's tough, but I had to work on some inner child wounds, which have a lot to do with parenting and how parents raise you and how they kind of get you in this realm of how to treat them versus how to treat yourself. So then what ends up happening is you have these horrible inner child wounds that you are having to work through as an adult, and they are fucking, ooh, they're tough. You know what I'm saying? And I think by me giving myself a break and really focusing not only on my temple, but pushing away those things that were just so negative. AKA, I'm sorry, unfortunately, I hate to say it be your own people, right? I was able to process that was the death of my inner child. Not necessarily my child, right? But dreams come to you in really odd ways to make you process them. And that dream was made to light a fire under my ass to see what it was. And oh, it hurt. But at the end of the day, I grasped it. And I think that's why I was so proud of myself in the process of it all. It was like, oh my gosh, it represented death of the inner child, right? So I think a lot of that has to do with sometimes as parents, they like to keep us in that codependent spot. And my mother is famous for that, right? But this is the first time in my life where I've ever felt liberated to the point where I can think for myself and I can process things and be okay with a lot of the decisions I'm making, not based off of her and how she feels I should do this, right? And a lot of the time, like I said, this comes from a childhood wound. The mother not willing to cut the umbilical cord, right? And wanting to continuously be the matriarch of your future. I don't know how to explain that, but it's like, you will never grow up in my eyes. I understand that I'm your child, but I am your grown-up child. And I think a lot of times we have a huge issue with telling our parents and putting lines across the creating boundaries, right? Because we feel like, okay, the parent is always right. And sometimes, no, they have some inner child wounds of their own that they need to work on. And they bring that to you. And then now you're kind of made to have to suffer through it or try to heal through it or try to process it. And for me, these last couple of weeks, I've been processing it. So that dream, part of my French, it fucked me up. Ooh, it fucked me up. Like, that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? What we doing here? Like, but I think that dream was trying to evoke that meant a lot to me, and that you're processing it. And the fact that I got the message was loud and clear, was the universe saying, if you keep going the direction you're supposed to go, I'm going to continue to keep blessing you. If you continue to go down the appropriate roads and not continue to go back into old habits, things in your life that continue to keep you there because you're so used to and accustomed to living in those wounds, right? Those wounds do not define who you are. Those wounds are made to help you elevate and grow. And if you're willing to do so, then God bless you, and you will continue to have a much brighter future for you. But don't get stuck in stuff. Fast. Not from, it don't have to be from food, but fast from people sometimes. Shit, like, you'll get your answers when you fasted, man. And that was a very valuable lesson to me. I don't feel necessarily alone, even though in this area of my life right now, I'm alone in the sense of there's no one telling me how to live my life. There's no one having an opinion and throwing it on me and kind of misconstruing and making me reconsider what my original plan was. You know what I'm saying? I can be myself, and I think that's important. I really pray that people get that message, that sometimes a lot of our pain comes from childhood trauma. And like I tell y'all all the time, like I'm just trying to wipe this stuff off. Like I tell y'all all the time, like, I had a great childhood. I'm not saying that my mom's a monster or people who raised me were monsters, right? But I think, like I said, you know, and I'm gonna say this again, is there are certain things that mold and shape us as adults from our childhood, and sometimes we have to process what those things are and how to be better, right? So I was blessed to learn the lessons. I'm blessed to grow through my lessons. And sometimes it's okay to take a break from people. You can love them to death, but I love my mother. You know what I'm saying? You can love people to death, but sometimes you need that space to process things and grow and put the line in the sand and be like, no, like this is not how I choose to live my life, and your opinion is yours, and it doesn't. You're not about to force me into your opinion, because parents really have a really strict duty to do that when you're a child, right? But as an adult, they still feel that they can do that, and it shouldn't have to be like that. And especially the ones who feel like they can invoke their 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 opinion on you and feel like, oh, if you don't do it, then I'm just gonna give you hell for it. We're not about to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? We're not about to do that no more. Work on your inner child. Fast, whatever you gotta do. Yeah. This week was wild. I think it taught me a lot about just self-perseverance and really loving yourself and working on your inner child. And when you work on it, you get this weird message sometimes. It even hurts so bad. Like that dream. But it made me evoke thought and really process. When we knew that wasn't the case, we just knew that there was something deeper in that message. So when you have these weird dreams, don't be afraid of them. Don't get offended by them. Process them. Just like you process relationships and people and friendships and things, you should be able to process things. And everything is not, when things don't go your way, it's not necessarily for the worst, right? I think a lot of times being in your solitude and trying to figure yourself out may work out for you for the best because it's your solitude, right? Don't ever feel bad for making time for yourself. People would call you selfish. People will call you all types of shit. And what I call that is self-improvement. And for me, anybody who can do that, because I've done it so many times and I still do it, but anybody who can do that, you know what I'm saying, I applaud you. Like, don't you know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel like, yeah, you know, I don't applaud people like that. I applaud people for taking those breaks and looking deeper within themselves, because it's so important, man, to discover who you are as a person, right? Take your time. If you need to take time to process it, because a lot of shit is happening in your life, take your time. Because the ones who love you are going to give you that grace. Keyword is grace. They're going to give you that grace. Why? Because they want you to be a better person, not only for selfish reasons. They want you to be a better person because they want to see the best come out of you, right? The best come out of you. I want the best for anybody I care about, man. So, like, I'm proud of the people who process and take a step back. That's me. Hopefully, I can mirror that onto somebody else. Cause goddamn, folks be getting real egotistical, man. Why you ain't spending your time with me? Why you ain't doing this no more? Does it always got to be about you? Maybe you need to do it. I'm saying people just be doing too much, but yeah. That's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all have a good day, y'all. All right, peace.